All right, my friends, we have a massive update on the Andrew Tate Daddy token front. He says that he's going to be buying $1 million worth of Daddy probably in the next couple of days. And we're tracking his wallet to make sure it goes through. But a lot of people are speculating. I've been in the telegrams, I've been on Twitter. Everyone's like, oh my God, how much is this going to impact the price? And how much money can I make? Is it going to be 1% or is it going to be 5,000%? How much money should I put in? How much money can I get out? Guys, I have the way to work out the precise answer and the precise answer on the price impact on Daddy from this one purchase. We're going to go through that in this video, as well as a lot of other opportunities for you to be able to make as much money possible if you are trading something like the Daddy or the real world token. So let's not mess around. Let's jump straight in. Starting with this, we have a Daddy token, the real world newsletter, where we're going to keep you up to date on all the opportunities by email when the opportunities are there, so you're not forgetting and you're not wasting a bunch of money investing at the wrong time. The newsletter is completely free. The link is in the description below. Make sure you're a part of that. If you want more, we also have a wallet tracker, which tracks the top influencers and the best traders who have the best track record in crypto. People like Andrew Tate, because when he mentions something like Daddy token, as you're about to see, it skyrockets. So we are tracking their wallets, so you can see when they're buying, when they're selling new projects, and you can get in at the same time as them. We also have a massive update. After about 18 months of people requesting to be able to pay with crypto, we finally have a solution, and you can get the wallet tracker with crypto. The link to all of this is in the description below for you. Now, there has been a perpetual battle between the Daddy token and the Mother token. The Daddy token, once again, if you're not aware, is not Andrew Tate's official token. It's a third-party token from people who created it, who sent him the majority of the actual supply, and he doesn't own it. But he liked the name of it because it was the counterpart to the Mother token, which is Iggy Azalea's token, which was doing extremely well. You can see here it topped out at a $260 million market cap. It has fallen off since, and it's sitting at about a $39 million market cap. It was neck and neck with the Daddy token, but recently you can see the Daddy token, which topped out about the 260 level as well, came flying down with the Mother token. But the difference here is it's gone from a $30 million token all the way up to, it went up to a $65 million token. That's a nice 2x in the last couple of days. Now, let's investigate the factors together. This here, in my personal opinion, is the biggest reason why it's doing well. You can see this nice bump in Bitcoin, in the market, in the liquidity in cryptos, in the optimism in people's heads. We've gone from 48K at the low back up to $63,000, which is a nice, consistent, steady on-ramp where hope is actually being found again. And the Tron tokens, which I've done a couple of videos in the last couple of days on them, they've been having 10x returns for people, and they're like, wow, you can actually make money in crypto again. And if for some reason you're skeptical of this, this is the biggest factor I found. When something like Bitcoin flies, all the altcoins fly even more than that. But when it dips too. So this is the Daddy token, Andrew Tate's token, or the token that he is backing, plotted against the Bitcoin price over the last month. And you can see the shape is almost identical. It dips down at the same time, it goes back up at the same time, a little dip, then goes back up. And then it's gone basically just horizontal. There was a dip here, which wasn't mirrored by Bitcoin. I believe that could have actually been Andrew Tate's arrest. He went back to jail. So it does separate on social arbitrage or news cycles, which is what we do here. That's why we have wallet trackers. And then it started soaring on his release, and then he's planned to buy $1 million of his own token, which we're going to go through, and it has been up and to the right as Bitcoin has resurged also. This is the graph that you need to understand. If you haven't seen this already, Bitcoin is the music to the market. This is called the crypto whip. When the top coins, the layer ones and Bitcoins move, say they get a 2x, say they even get a 30% increase, everything else which has a smaller market cap down the line has the same effect, just like a whip, but at a higher volatility level. And the same happens when they go down. When Bitcoin dips 10%, something like Pal AI over here might dip 40%, and that's where you're gonna lose a lot of your money. But at least for me, and we're gonna get into the Daddy token, I promise, but I want you to understand that the music to all of this, the life to this, are the bigger cap cryptos, and they're gonna allow these smaller tokens to actually expand and have liquidity and grow to what Andrew Tate says is gonna be $1 billion token in Daddy. You're not gonna see $1 billion token if Bitcoin is going down. You could see a $10 billion Daddy if Bitcoin tripled. The market gets absolutely insane, but that is what I wanted you to learn. Now let's get into specifics. So Andrew Tate first tweeted August 24th. It's got $1.7 million. Run it back, burn Daddy. This is a reference to when they burned, was at the peak, $150 million worth of Daddy token, which made it soar into the $250 to $350 million market cap level. And he's saying, okay, it's been quiet, hasn't been doing much recently. Shall we just do it again, burn another $150 million and just have the price pump? This was the first mention of the Daddy token. The other big mention was, once again, Andrew Tate got re-arrested and sent to jail recently, but he did it with a Daddy shirt on. The Real World on Twitter tweeted, Andrew Tate leaving his house wearing the Daddy t-shirt on his way to the DCOT headquarters for the interrogation. Nothing will be able to stop Daddy and the Real World token, which I believe is going to be much stronger and much better than the actual Daddy token itself. That's going to be Andrew Tate's official token. It's just a matter of time before we take over. We've only just begun. And this tweet right here, combined with the market actually being positive, is the biggest reason why the Daddy coin is pumping. Andrew Tate tweeted, once I'm at 10 million followers, I'm going to buy $1 million worth of Daddy coin. And then Umair replied to his tweet saying that he just got a coin market cap notification saying that Daddy coin is up 11% in the last 24 hours based on that tweet alone. Now, on top of that, they then got released from jail, which the Daddy coin then soared up 40%. And then of course, Andrew Tate officially passed, I believe this was today, maybe yesterday, the $10 million level, which means that he will now be a man of his word and buy $1 million worth of Daddy. Now, at the time you're watching, at the time I'm recording this, should I say, he has not yet bought that Daddy token, and there is actually a stipulation. It's not $1 million straight up, because I think Andrew Tate knows, and he's seen the coin that, like, in the bear market, it's not going to do well. And if he says he's going to buy $1 million, it pumps a little bit. As you saw, it went up 100%, which is cool. You could have turned 10 grand into 20 grand in that pump. But he knows if he buys $1 million and then there's no event afterwards that people are looking for, people are just going to sell the news again. He might even hit that $100 million level and then it's going to drop right off. So what did he do? He was smart. He has the latest update where he says Ujits will never sell my candle, which means everyone who was waiting for that $1 million buy was just going to sell against it and take that $1 million for themselves. Candle long and Johnson strong. I'm buying 30K a day for a month. So he's going to space out that $1 million into $30,000 buys over a month. And that will equal $1 million if he does it for, I guess, 31 days. He's got a Telegram group, which I suggest that you go and join. I haven't seen this before. I think it's new. Load up before the blow up. So he's inferring that it's going to absolutely fly. Now, let's have a look at a couple of things because I want to know exactly how high this token is going to soar. We have filtered this by Andrew Tate's wallet. This is Andrew Tate's wallet here. And we've put it in so you can only see his purchases. So you can see he's sold none of it. Remember, he burned a lot of these tokens. 2 months ago, he bought 11 grand, then 5 grand, then 40 grand. All the way up to the recent purchase. He tried to re-pump it, and again, this is my point here. He bought 93 grand US dollars worth of Daddy token here, but you can see it had really no impact on it because the market was sloping down, and it's like swimming upstream. But when the market turns like it is, and it's a little bit bullish at the moment, and he's going to make a buy, you can see you can get a quick double over the period of a couple of days. And if we break this down a little bit more, you can see it's been a really nice pump up. So at a $55 million market cap, fully diluted, $2.2 million of liquidity, and it's currently sitting just under 10 cents. If we switch just the price here, you can see where it has topped out recently, just over 11 cents, and the low was just under 4 cents. So it's over 100% return if you could time it perfectly, which no one can. But when he buys $30,000, how much of a price impact is this going to have? And if you bought $1 million, what price impact is it going to have? I want to introduce you to an awesome tool called Radium, where I've loaded up the Daddy and the USDC chart. And you can see here that it automatically will calculate the price impact on the project based on how much money we buy. So if for example, I was to buy $100, big spender out here, of Daddy token, you can see it's going to have less than a 0.01% impact, which we can figure out exactly how much money we can make off that. $1,000, now we're starting to have somewhat of impact. $10,000, we're almost having a 1% impact on it. And so on a $30,000 purchase, which is what Andrew Tate is doing every single day, you'll see that there will be almost a 3% price impact, which means, for easy math, if you've got $100,000 of Daddy token at this price and he makes his $30,000 purchase for the day, you've got $103,000, which is not that much. But let's combine two more factors, two more variables. One, he's doing it every day for 30 days and you know that money is coming. I personally believe there needs to be another event at the end of it because people are going to be like, okay, I've already done the math, I already know where this is going, I'm just going to sell into this because there's a desert of no events coming up afterwards. But it's going to be $1 million purchase. So if we type in $1 million here, you can see it's going to impact, if we did it all at once, the price of Daddy by 100%, meaning it will go from 9.2 cents to 18.4 cents. Your 100 grand would be worth 200 grand if there is the liquidity to sell it. So in reality, it's probably worth 180 grand. But then you have to factor in something else. You have to factor in the fact that people know that he's buying for 30 days. And again, this video is a mix between my personal opinion and these actual facts of $1 million would move at 99% and 30 grand would move at 3%. I believe it will be bullish for at least the first week, because people know there's a lot of money coming behind him, and it's a giant game of hot potato, being like, well, there's money coming in, it's going to be a bullish narrative, especially if the market picks up. If the market picks up, this thing could absolutely fly. But for the first week, people know that there's going to be a decent price impact, and other people are going to be buying alongside Tate. I mean, even on this post here by Andrew Tate, once I'm at 10 million followers, I'm going to buy $1 million of Daddy coin. You've got a couple people probably being slightly facetious, saying I'll match it, I'll buy 2 million. But even people asking where to buy Daddy coin, it means there's going to be a lot more than $1 million coming into this market as buy pressure. So say just between everybody else, there's going to be another $1 million. So that's going to be $2 million coming in. You can see that would be a 176% price impact. Your 100 grand would become 276 grand. Now we've got to factor in the sell pressure, which I believe personally will come after the first week, because then people are like, well, this is sort of it. This is once he's done buying, there's nothing else here. So I'm going to sell before everyone else sells. That's when the potato gets hot and you got to throw it away as fast as possible. And so for me, this is actually a really fun experiment to watch and commentate on to make sure that we can make as much money as possible. So please, once again, if you're not on the newsletter, go and join our newsletter where you can get updates over the next month. As Andrew Tate's buying, we'll send you things like his wallet where you can track his buys. We'll be able to talk about his exact price impacts on the buy. And if you want even more than that and you want to trade like the best influencers in the world, once again, the wallet tracker is in the link in the description, and we can finally pay with crypto. Hallelujah.